GovTech has retrenched 93 officers, but the Public Service Division says this is not the start of a wider restructuring across Singapore's public service. That clarification matters because GovTech is not a small private company. It supports the technology needs of more than 50 government agencies. Any major workforce change naturally raises questions about whether other public officers could be next. According to the Public Service Division, the answer is no. GovTech's restructuring reflects its own operating needs as the technology sector changes. The first phase began on July 15th. It is part of a three-phase transformation that will take place over the next 2 years. GovTech is moving away from managing one-off technology projects that are often delivered by external vendors. It wants more teams to own, build, and continuously operate government digital products in-house. That requires a different mix of workers. Traditional project and vendor management roles are expected to become less important. Skills in software engineering, product management, design, and direct product ownership will become more valuable. This is the hidden layer behind the job losses. The change is not simply about reducing the number of employees. It is about replacing one operating model with another. GovTech said it is changing shape, not shrinking. It also said the exercise was not driven by artificial intelligence and was not designed as a cost-cutting program. Still, that distinction may offer little comfort to someone whose role no longer fits the new organization. A worker can perform well, remain committed, and still lose a position because the organization no longer needs the same type of work. GovTech's chairman, Ching Kai-fong, made this point directly. He said the decisions were not a judgment on the affected officers' performance or the value of their past contributions. The first phase produced several different outcomes. GovTech retained 102 officers in their existing roles. Another 110 officers will be retrained through apprenticeships. 93 officers are transitioning out, with 36 expected to leave immediately. Affected officers in suitable roles may receive full salary apprenticeships and structured training. Others could be redeployed within GovTech or placed elsewhere in the public service. When redeployment is not possible, affected officers may receive financial and employment support under the Special Resignation Scheme. For those leaving GovTech, the support package includes 1 month of salary for every year of service, capped at 25 years. There is also a 3-month extra payment. Affected staff will continue receiving salary and benefits during a 6-week handover and notice period. Career guidance and job matching support will also be provided. The union was involved before the announcement and negotiated improvements beyond the existing collective agreement. These measures soften the impact. They do not remove the uncertainty of searching for a new role in a technology market that is already changing quickly. The Public Service Division also explained that major restructuring is carried out only when there are fundamental changes to an agency's environment, mission, or operating model. Its general approach is to retrain and redeploy workers before considering their departure. That policy is important because public service employment is often seen as more stable than private sector work. This GovTech exercise shows that stability does not mean roles will remain unchanged forever. When agencies move from buying and managing technology to building it themselves, some established jobs may decline while new technical positions grow. The same lesson applies beyond GovTech. Workers can no longer rely only on experience in their current role. They also need skills that match where their organization is heading. For the public, the real test will come later. GovTech says the new model will produce faster, safer, and more responsive digital services. Singaporeans should eventually see whether the restructuring improves the government apps and online systems they use. A successful transformation cannot be measured only by how many workers are retrained or retained. It must also be measured by service reliability, stronger security, and better user experiences. The balanced view is that GovTech may have a legitimate reason to change its workforce. Critical government systems increasingly need strong in-house expertise and quicker decision-making. At the same time, phrases such as changing shape instead of shrinking should not distract from the human impact. 93 officers are still leaving the organization. The support package appears substantial, but transparency will remain important as the next two phases begin. The public should know how many employees are affected, how many successfully move into new roles, and whether the promised service improvements are delivered. Do you think public agencies should provide stronger job protection, or is retraining and redeployment the fairest response when technology changes the work they need? Like, share and subscribe to 2230.